Hello and welcome back to the No Gluten Zone. I have another recipe for you today. This is my sourdough skillet. This is another easy recipe and it is so incredibly versatile that you're going to want this one in your arsenal. So I will definitely link down below in the description box to my video on how to make a sourdough starter. The video says for a gluten-free starter, but you can use the same technique to make a wheat sourdough starter. And this recipe can be made gluten-free or not very easily. It's very interchangeable here. The beauty of this is it is so versatile. You can use any kind of protein, any kind of vegetables. This can definitely be made vegetarian. And with a couple tweaks, you can also make this even vegan. So this is like for everybody. Everybody needs this recipe. The protein I'm choosing today is ground beef. I normally make this with a ground poultry. We tend to eat a lot more poultry, but we do have some ground beef thawed out that I need to use up. So I'm going to make this today. And it is from US Wellness Meats. I always mention them. It is grass-fed and grass-finished ground beef. So that's going to go in here. And I am really not prepared with vegetables. So I am going to cheat and use frozen vegetables. If you want your filling to be vegetarian or vegan, you can definitely do lentils or beans or tofu or any number of things that meet that need. I just want to interrupt your video for one quick moment. YouTube is telling me that the majority of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. So if that's you, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, I would like to ask you to please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's totally free. And if you hit the bell icon, you will be notified of videos I upload in the future. And if you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. That really helps me plan my content in the future. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Now back to your video. Let's get started. I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You're going to want to do that first. And I have a skillet, a large cast iron skillet on the stove heating up. You need a skillet that can go into the oven. So I like cast iron, that's what I'm using, but you can use any skillet or possibly a Dutch oven that can go from stovetop into the oven. So first things first, I'm going to cook this ground beef. I am using avocado oil. Any neutral oil will do. And then I'm going to add the ground beef into the pan and break it up and cook it through. Then I'm going to take the beef out of the skillet and set it aside. Then a little more avocado oil in the pan. And I'm going to add some diced onion that I chopped up in my little chopper. And I'm going to saute that onion before I add the rest of the vegetables. Then I'm going to add the vegetables to the pan and I'm going to let them thaw out and cook in the pan before I add the meat back in. Then I'm going to add the beef back in with the vegetables and mix them to combine them together. Okay, the protein is cooked, the veggies are cooked, they are combined, and now I'm going to start on the sourdough portion of this. I'm going to start with 1.5 cups of starter. This can be fed starter, but it can also be discard if that's what you have. This is a great way to use up your discard. I'm going to add 3 eggs. This is where it will still work for most vegetarians, but if you're vegan, you could use vegan egg substitutes. I know there's like the flax egg and there's a whole bunch of those. You could try those, or you could probably just leave it out. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of seasoning of your choice. That seasoning of your choice is going to vary depending on your protein. I make this most often with poultry, and so I use poultry seasoning. If you were using lamb, I would recommend rosemary. If you're using lentils, beans, tofu, it could really go any which way depending, you could do a Southwestern flair or a Middle Eastern flair. You could take it in those directions. I'm doing ground beef today, so I'm just using this. It's from Costco. It's the no salt, organic no salt seasoning. And it's just a great all-purpose seasoning that I really like. So I just grabbed that and I'm going to throw it in the bowl. Then I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of oil. You just want a neutral flavored oil here. I'm using avocado oil. And lastly, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm going to whisk this together. Okay, here is the beef and vegetables. I'm going to pour this over, sort of try to distribute it evenly over the whole thing. And lastly, I'm going to top it with some cheese. So again, you could use a vegan cheese here, or you could completely leave the cheese out if you wanted to. And it's 1.5 cups of cheese. I am mixing. I love to mix cheddar and mozzarella because I love the flavor of the cheddar and the texture of the mozzarella. So I have 1/2 cup of mozzarella that I'm going to sprinkle over. And then I have 1 cup of cheddar. You can use more cheese, less cheese, no cheese. Now I'm going to put this in the oven for 25 minutes. So I will see you back here in 25 minutes. It is 25 minutes later, and here is the sourdough skillet. It is beautiful. I like to serve it in wedges. I cut it kind of like I cut a pie. Let's try to get a piece out without breaking it. It will probably break. So I'm going to loosen it from the edge here. Okay, only a little bit broke off. Let's dig in. Really good. So you have the textures of the beef and the veggies along with the texture of the sourdough and then the crunchiness of the cheese. Really, really good. I hope you try this recipe. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know how you liked it. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day, guys, and God bless you.